The Republican Party is facing a pretty big backlash in the polls for their plan to throw millions and millions of Americans, including their own voters, off of Medicaid. And so they need a new messenger, somebody with deep experience in this topic. So who did they get? Well, the biggest Medicare fraudster in American history for some reason. Here's Rick Scott.
Of course, one of the sticking points is this business about paying able-bodied 30-year-old men without dependents welfare with no work requirement. Why do some of your colleagues have a problem with that?
It doesn't make sense to me. Number one is if you don't want to work, you're the one that decided you don't want health care.
Okay, again, I'm not gonna do my whole thing about the myth of this, just the lazy 30-year-old man who could work. He could lift boulders over his head, but instead he's playing Fortnite. Do you think that if they had actually identified significant numbers of those people, they might like profile some of them or something? They're perfectly happy pointing the finger at individuals that they think are transgressing conservative politics in some way, but they're not. In the same way that they're not exactly trotting like in front of the cameras every single day, all these migrant murderers and terrorists and human traffickers. They just take people who haven't committed any crime and then just call them a terrorist. If they're saying they have a thing and they don't show it, I don't think they have that thing. But again, like that's the same sort of myth that all of them are delivering. To put literally Rick Scott in front of you, a guy who committed such massive fraud that his own private hospital chain had to pay out $1.7 billion to be clear, that is not the amount of fraud they did. That's the fine they paid on the fraud. And it is such a national tragedy and such an embarrassment for us as a society that he was ever able to show his face in public again, let alone to become a senator or hold any elected office. But that's just unfortunately the pathetic, well, I was gonna say the pathetic state of the Republican Party in Florida, but I guess it's also a reflection of the pathetic state of the Democratic Party in Florida. But anyway, that he would come forward as the guy who's gonna defend cutting this program that has been materially weakened by his illegal acts, sucking money out of it and making it on shakier economic grounds. And then he's also gonna talk about how everyone else is getting away with something by being lazy as he committed titanic levels of fraud, maybe even rivaling Donald Trump's. Not all of his grifts. I think the crypto thing is gonna be bigger than the Medicaid fraud, but it's on a similar tier as Donald Trump's grifts. That's the guy they choose, as if to throw it in our faces. That we're all criminals. We're all grifters. We don't give a damn about any of this. We're gonna take away any of those dollars that are still for some reason going to poor and working Americans. And then we're gonna make fun of them as we do it. We're gonna imply that all of them are lazy. These people who are struggling to survive on less money than Rick Scott makes during that interview. And we're gonna mock those people. Many of them, by the way, who are Republicans. There are MAGA people, and Rick Scott is spitting in their mouth over and over. And for some reason, they don't have a problem with it. I find it to be very strange. And so that's what they're doing. Over on our side, Jared Moskowitz posted this while you were sleeping, a story about throwing 13 million people off Medicaid. And he put Virginia Foxx and Mike Johnson, two of the Republicans pushing for this. And look, I want the Democrats to try to do something cool on social media. I don't feel like this is it. Like, I'm glad that you're emphasizing the fact that millions of people are being thrown off. I'm glad, and and that picture of Mike Johnson, that almost looks like Mike Johnson. It's similar to Mike Johnson in some ways. Could you not, to the intern that made that for Jared, could you not have just photoshopped an image of Mike Johnson's face onto, like, did you have to use AI? It's not even good. So why did you have to use AI to create it? I'm glad that he's trying or whatever. And I like this better than him, attacking college graduating valedictorians advocating for an end to genocide. I prefer this out of Jared Moskowitz than implying that people who are against kids being killed should never get a job in their life. This is better than that, but not great. And again, it's just a reminder that like the Democrats have so little influence, partly structurally, partly just by ineptitude, to stop this thing. to make it less devastating. There has got to be something they can do, and I don't think this is it. That movie isn't even recent, man. There's no 2025 release that you could pair it in some way. There's gotta be something, a better movie poster. Come on, Jared, get on this thing. But anyway, we're in a dark place as a country. We are being gaslit, we are being robbed, and there's basically no one who's trying to stop it. There's some people who are, AOC and Bernie, they're doing their tour, that's something, but other than that, I haven't got much. Not much.